your face.
Like I said. Like I said. Like I said. Do you like my tail?
Like I said.
Let's go up to our good friend Dave Pulcinella, and people are criticizing me, Dave, for pronouncing your name wrong. Can you give me the correct pronunciation of your last name?
You leave out. All you're doing is you're leaving out the L.
Oh.
That's all you're doing.
I'm a New Yorker.
You say Pulcinella, and it's Pulcinella. That's all. That's
okay.
it.
All right.
I've seen the comments, man. People don't like. They get kind of salty about that.
Yes.
Dave.
You know what? I feel like my father's criticizing me because my father was an English teacher for 35 years, so he would constantly correct my sister and my grammar all the time, to the point where I would be correcting people in public and embarrassing.
My mom's a grammar Nazi, so I can't let it go.
Yes.
Can't let it go ever.
Is this a new microphone I'm seeing here?
This one here?
Yes, that's a Shure too.
I've used this microphone every week since we've started.
Has it always been right there?
No, I put it closer to my face because my brother.
I was going to say I haven't seen it there.
His brother is a video Nazi.
Yes, my brother's video Nazi, and he said that every time I'm moving slightly away from this thing, you just can't hear me anymore.
How's that? How's this? Do we look good
closer to
now?
the microphone.
You have a gold microphone, so that
the more it looks like a big black cock going in my mouth, the better.
I was going to say, I think there's something very phallic about these microphones we're using.
You think, Dave? You think? And why do they always make them black, huh?
Yeah.
You don't see a white microphone or a pink microphone or a flesh-colored microphone.
Mine's gold.
That is true. Like your tooth.
Yeah. No,
when you become Dave's friend, you don't have to pronounce his name correctly, Dave. I just pronounce it, Dave, pull my cock.
No, I had in high school. I had Dave.
It's sort of how I pronounce it, and it's also an order.
That's his media company. Dave,
of course, in high school, I was Dave Pussyneller.
Oh.
And then when I became sexually active, I was Dave Pussy Smeller.
Oh. Is that because you smelled like a pussy?
I didn't mind that one because I smelled a lot of pussy.
Now, is it true, Dave, that you said that you got some nudists moved into your neighborhood?
Yes. So there's been a rumor going around the neighborhood from a guy who lives 2 doors down from me. Yeah. My good friend Rob, who does all my the fix it up work in my house.
Right.
He does a lot of fix it up work for the entire neighborhood. So he's in these people's houses. And he said, "You're not going to believe it." He says, "Right out back of you, Dave, across the yard there, in those houses in the back, a nudist couple has moved in."
Wow. Ooh.
I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." He goes, "No. They have me come over to the house all the time to do like little odd jobs here and there." And like the wife answered the door in nothing but a t-shirt the other day. The week before that, I went over there and they were both just walking around butt ass naked. I was like, "You've got."
Are they good looking? Are they good looking though? Are they good?
So the thing is, like every day since he told me about this, I've been looking out my back to where I think their deck is, just trying to look through, like maybe they're sliding glass door, maybe they're in the kitchen doing some shit here and there. And finally, yesterday,
you caught him.
Sliding glass door opens, and out comes the girl,
nude,
butt ass naked.
Wow.
Is she good looking though? It's not like one of those nudist camps where it looks like a
350 pound amorphous blob of protoplasm.
How come there's no hot nudists ever? You ever noticed that?
That's what I said.
And she's the good one. Because a minute after that, the husband walked out, a 450 pound amorphous blob of protoplasm.
Well, when you're that fat, you don't even need to wear clothes because you can't really see your genitals anyway.
Well, that's
right?
the thing. I was wondering if it was illegal because you really can't see their genitals.
What you should have done, you should have started filming and went, "Right now, here we are in the wild as the two rhinoceros are beginning to mate."
They're out there cleaning their
box
barbecue pit in the nude, and I was like,
Dave, maybe you can get them in shape. Maybe you can trade favors. You know, you'll get them ripped, and they could be hot.
It'll be worth my while to get them in shape if they're going to be on the deck right outside the back of my house.
You know what, Lee? You'll know what'll happen. Dave will start training the guy and the girl, and they'll be losing weight, and then the guy will say, "Can you fuck my wife?" And Dave will be like, "Sure, I can actually find her genitals now."
He'll come around in front of his wife, hold her legs up. The husband will pull back her stomach like a car cover, and then you'll be fucking getting
all the
in there
Dorito,
like
all the
that.
Dorito dust will come out.
Yeah, you might find the leftover Subway sandwich already
Potato
with
chip
mayonnaise on
bags.
it. In a strange way, that's like Dave said. Why are they always like? Remember when you were younger, you see those nudist camps, and the nudist camps were just like retirement villages, old people.
Oh my God, that reminds me of a story. You guys have to listen to the story real quick.
Lee, before you tell the story, Lee, to answer your question, because when people get old, they just don't give a fuck anymore, and they'll do whatever they want to do.
So when I was 19 years old, I worked at this place called the Xer Center. And Dave, you would have loved it. The whole upstairs was nothing but
give me the ball.
Hey,
give me the ball.
Was nothing but Nautilus. Every Nautilus machine ever made by Arthur Jones was in the upstairs.
Oh wow!
And in the downstairs was all the free weights. And then they had an Olympic-sized pool. They had racquetball courts. They had the machines, everything.
Right.
So, that sounds like a gay club to me. That's not.
Well,
a
listen to this.
gym.
On every third Saturday of every winter month, a nudist colony would rent out that gym, and someone would have to stay late after hours and watch it. No one wanted to work what they called it nudie night, and no one ever wanted to work nudie night. So the owner would be like, "Okay, this Saturday is the third Saturday.
You work.
The Metro Naturists are going to rent this place out. Who wants to work nudie night?" And I don't want to work nudie night. You work nudie night. I don't want to work. I always got stuck working nudie night.
Oh, you loved it probably.
He got stuck working.
So at
nudie
6
night.
o'clock in the evening on that Saturday, they would all come pouring in. The big and the tall, the small, like even like Cindy Lou, who was no more than two. It was families. It was families, like fathers, mothers, daughters,
oh my God.
And
grandparents, grandchildren. It was insane. It was like it was really just this surreal thing when these families would come in clothed. Next thing you know, they'd be nude. Right. There was this one guy who would come in there whose dick was seriously at least 12 or 13 inches, and he'd play racquetball. You ever put your hose in the yard free and just turn it on
swing it around
just like this? That's what his dick would do while he was playing racquetball. It was just a sight to be seen. So they would put towels down. They would work out on the machines. They would swim in the pool. They would put tables out with food on it, and they would just do whatever they couldn't do during the winter months outdoors. They would do in the gym.
Gotcha.
And someone had to watch it.
It's weird that they'd have the kids there. They're like grandkids with your grandparents. That's the last thing you'd want to see.
Would they ever have sword fights that you had to break up, Dave?
What's that?
Did they ever have sword fights that you had to break up?
No, not to my knowledge. There was the guy who owned it was named Skiles Montague. I'll never forget it. Skiles Montague was this middle-aged guy with a beard who would always talk to you with his leg propped up on something. Pendulous balls hanging down.
He probably liked you, that's why.
I remember there was this one lady who had a mastectomy. There was this one lady who had a mastectomy.
Hold on, you're both talking at the same time. Wait a second.
There was this one lady who come in. She had a mastectomy. She had one tit always staring at you, and the other tit was gone. There was this one woman who
Dave remembers all this in vivid detail.
I remember this all coming back to me. He was 250 pounds and pregnant as you can possibly be. And I remember they were all on the floor looking at these slides in this slide projector, and she was on all fours with her ass in the air, and her vagina opened up, and I swore I saw crowning. This baby, was going to come out.
You know who would have loved that?
Anyway,
Jose Raymond would have loved that. He likes pregnant women.
Listen, so one day this family from Ephrata, Pennsylvania, I'll never forget it.
You even know where they come from.
I actually know where Ephrata is. I went to college right there.
And a daughter, and I remember her real name, although I won't use it, but she called herself Tig. And I was 19 at the time. She was probably a few years younger than me. So she was a really young girl, hot little body, little gymnast body.
Right.
And she was there with her brother and her parents.
Right.
And they were from Ephrata, and her name was Tig. And I knew she was going to spell trouble from the day she walked in. Everything was fine until she started coming.
Right.
But then what happened? I don't think, and this is why I don't think this nudist thing is a healthy thing for the young people. I think they grow up kind of twisted.
Whose microphone is doing that? Dave, you.
What's happening?
You're rattling a little.
Oh, okay. How do I stop that? Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. So Tig came in, and they would get completely naked. And she would always seek me out no matter where I was. It was in the office, or it was in the pool area. She would seek me out and come up with a reason to talk to me, butt ass naked in front of me. And it was really just... Huh? It was ridiculous.
Get to the point.
Did you have
Well,
wood?
the point is, one day her father came in there and said to me, Dave, you watch us every week doing what we're doing, so I think it's about time you join us.
Oh, no.
You should join. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Just come on, join us. I had a couple drinks in me this particular night.
No.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to join them. So I took off all my clothes and I got in the hot tub with a bunch of them.
Right.
It was me. It was Tig sitting next to me.
Oh,
and on the other side were her parents and a bunch of other people.
Right.
Who was the better fuck, Tig or the father?
Wait a minute. So Tig starts reaching under the suds and starts jerking me off under the suds.
No, really?
And I'm basically having a conversation with her father while she's jerking me off under the
No way. Really?
Oh, yeah. She knew what she was doing, that little bitch.
Little did you know,
she leans over and whispers to me. She goes, meet me in the sauna in 5 minutes.
How are you going to get out of the whirlpool with the
Well, that's the thing. I had to wait till it went back down. I had to wait, which took at least 5 minutes. And then I finally got out and I met her in the sauna. She opened the door and all I remember was her bent completely over, pulling her cheeks apart. I saw the little red bullseye and she goes, come on, hurry up.
Oh, no.
So I hurried up. I lasted about 8 seconds. And I swear to God, the moment we finished, I still had the little dribblies coming off the tip. The door of the thing opened, and there was her father. So there you guys.
No, are you serious?
We lost you. Oh, come on, honey, we're gonna go now. We gotta go.
Oh my God.
His turn.
A second.
Well, Lee, I guess we're not going to be alone in hell.
No.
A second earlier, walking in there.
Did they ever come back after that?
The father was actually late because, Dave was meant to be in Tig, and the father was going to come in and insert himself into Dave.
Yeah.
That's the thing I wonder. Listen, a little side story. A little side story about that makes me think this is kind of a sick thing is the son, you're not supposed to get an erection at these things.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be sexual, so you can't get an erection. But the son was walking around with this like 12-inch boner one day, and obviously you can't have that. So all I saw, I was doing the windows, I was doing the mirrors in the like men's ladies room. It's all unisex when they're there.
Yeah.
And they come walking in and the mother's holding the son by the hand and he's got this boner sticking out in front of him. And she led him by his hand into one of the saunas. They shut the door. And all I know is that 10 minutes later, that kid came out without the boner.
So there was some funky stuff going on there, Dave.
That's all I know is that she took care of it for him or watched him took care of it.
You should have gone in there thinking, you take care of me now, too?
Dave's acting nonchalant. He knows where they fucking live. He knows where they come from.
Right.
You're still visiting, aren't you?
I remember her name.
Tig has got to be 40 years old by now, right?
I remember Tig's name. I'm going to look her up on Facebook.
Jimmy,
she was pretty hot.
Jimmy, can you top that story?
I don't know.
Jimmy's almost
been
dying. He's been getting killed at work, Jimmy. Come on, Dave.
Yeah, I had a rough few days.
What happened? Yeah, tell me what happened.
Tell him, Jimmy.
Me?
Tell him.
Yeah.
I thought. Okay. No, so I have to finally confess. I feel bad actually. So the other 2 days ago, I did 3 shifts, and 2 days ago it was raining like a fuck, right? And I got in the truck early in the morning. I started it. I checked the windshield wipers, no windshield wipers, right? And I said, I said, I was like, it's a new truck I'm in because I switch around trucks, but I never really drove this one before. So I start the truck. I called the mechanic. He says, maybe he can meet me on the road. I called Cliff. I told Cliff, my boss, I said, I think, the windshield wipers, they're not working. He says, well, maybe you kicked the breaker box when you got in the truck or something. I said, the breaker box got a cover on it. I said, what do you mean? How am I going to kick the fucking breaker box? I don't understand. So anyway, I got in the truck and I'm driving all damn. I even sent you the video, Lee. I was turning the switch.
Yeah.
And it was pouring like a fuck. I have
this truck looks like it's from the 1960s. The dashboard.
This is the new one.
Looks like
this is the new one. He said.
Car with the old pull fucking things you got to pull out and fucking prime it to fucking get it going. It's like
smoke, smoke billowing out of the thing when you start. I was actually sick. I had to lay down. I feel a little better now. But anyway, so all day long I'm cursing him out, this fucking cocksucker, this mother. No, I'm calling my friends. This the son of a. I've had it with him. No windshield wipers down all day in the rain. I fucking, So anyway, I don't know what happened, but towards the end of the night, I realized I was turning the wrong switch.
Oh!
It was the dashboard dimmer switch. It wasn't even the.
Oh, we lost him.
He hit the wrong switch.
He hit the wrong switch. Yeah.
Jimmy.
Oh man.
Jimmy's been grabbing the wrong switches.
Dave, real quick before he gets back on, I got to tell you, your what's it called? Fiberlize?
Yeah.
Has taken me from going once every 4 days to 4 times a day.
Yes.
It's
in
good,
2 days.
isn't it?
In 2
good.
days.
That's awesome.
Jimmy, did you touch the wrong switch?
How's your prostate though?
Nothing's changed with the
All right,
urination.
that's going to take a
frequency.
little longer. It's going to take a few weeks.
But I'm taking the Testalize.
All right, good. Perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Not all day long, and I was the first time I was hitting the wrong switch.
Well, because you haven't
Well,
slept.
it's
That's why, Jimmy. You haven't slept in 3 days. Of course, you're not going to know what to do.
I had a story similar when I picked up the Mustang the other day, right? I hop in it, started up, boom, 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 sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck's that buzzing noise? You know when you put the key in the ignition, to let you know you left the key in. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is that? And the people are like, oh, we don't know, Lee, it wasn't there before. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, maybe I'll have my friend look at it when I get home and this, that. I call up the guys like, how's the car? They said, oh, it's fucking beautiful. But this buzzing noise, I said, it'll be okay because when I'm driving, the engine's so loud, I won't really be able to hear it. He's like, you sure it's not the key thing? He goes, no. He goes, what about the door? The door shut? I said, yeah, the door's shut, this and that. Then I realised the door's still open. I'm like, yeah, I don't know where it's fucking coming from and this and that. Yeah, I'll have my mate check it out. Yeah, no, he won't charge you anything, I promise you. As soon as I got the phone, I went, shut the door, buzz and stopped.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt, Lee, with the switch. I was like, oh my god, all day long.
Yeah.
Something.
Did you call your boss back and say, you know what? You should have called your boss back and said, don't worry about it. I fixed it. It's okay.
Yeah, I won't
took
charge
care
you
of
for it. I fixed it myself. Yeah.
No. The fucked up thing is the mechanic. When he at the end of the day, I didn't tell him about it. He popped the hood and he just tapped on the motor with a hammer. And he says, oh, they're working. I felt bad. I didn't want to tell him I was doing the wrong switch. I felt like a fucking moron, Yeah, but like you said, Dave, I'm 2-3 days working. I can't, I get retarded after a while.
Yeah.
Jimmy's been working nights and days because normally Jimmy will say he's going to bed at night. I say, good night, Jimmy. The next thing, 3 hours later, I get a photo of him sitting in the truck with the heart on. I'm like, fucking hell. Jimmy's up again. He's out at work.
How do you keep yourself awake, Jimmy?
I drink a lot. I drink. Yeah. I find that if I I drink coffee, of course, but I find that if I eat like Cheetos and I constantly eat apples and it kind of keeps me awake,
Snickers.
What do you do? Hold on. What do you do when you got to take a dump? What do you do? Where do you go?
Well, that's the shitty part right there. So in other words, a lot of times they don't have porta-johns on the job, so you gotta, what do? You gotta, it's either A, you hold it, or you gotta jump in the back of the truck. You know what I mean? And, you gotta go in the truck.
You poop in the truck?
You hop up in the bed and I told you that one story. One time we pulled over on Astoria Boulevard. The guy in front of me, Robin, he said he had to go take a shit. So we pulled over on Astoria Boulevard. He got in the fucking truck. He took a shit. And then he got out of the truck. And then we took off together. I followed him, right? As I'm following him down Astoria Boulevard, the trucks were empty. The toilet paper started blowing out of the back of the truck. And it landed right on my windshield. And shit on it. So it was stuck on the windshield with this shit. I'm driving
I'm glad you didn't turn the wire.
He's got again. He's got again, yeah.
He keeps vaporizing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Dave, I just went to take a shit. Did you see I was gone for a second?
Yeah, I did notice. Is that where you went?
Yes.
That's great. Give me
the bullshit.
You don't even need toilet paper because you're using Fiberlize.
You don't. Well, right now I do because it's still kind of watery.
Oh, okay.
When it solidifies, I'll be
you know what's
fine.
happening? Your body is detoxifying itself because it's been so stagnant, and so once that all comes out for about a week or so, then you're gonna get much more
amazing.
And don't
not
forget,
even like a Consul or like a real more expensive fibers have done that for me.
Yeah, because they use
and don't forget Priest 25 to all the people watching.
Priest 25.
I've been getting lots of messages too. Hey Lee, when you're in America, are you going to hook up with Dave for the threesome? Are you hooking up with Dave for the threesome?
Are you just going to let us know when you're in town, Lee? Make sure you're freshly shaven.
Oh, I'm gonna watch your fat neighbors first just to get aroused.
Actually, Lee is going to Effort of Pennsylvania to go see Trig.
Go see Tig.
Tig. Sorry.
And the father.
Tig's probably a fat middle-aged fuck by now.
Yeah, probably.
Wouldn't it be funny if you discover your fat neighbor is actually Tig?
Tig, he's been stalking me for 40 years.
Yeah, she's found you.
Come full circle.
Tig.
You're like,
you guys get Google phone calls like all the time, like these weird numbers that just pop up.
Yes.
I mean, what the fuck is that, man?
I don't know.
It just happened 2 times to me. It's the
I
same
hate
number.
it. It happens every day.
Yeah, and sometimes I call them back,
Scammers.
and it's just
don't call them back. Sometimes if you call them back, we've got a scheme here in Australia right now where these people are calling people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they do it, and they'll hang up or whatever, or they'll just stay on the line but then hang up. And if you call them back, somehow they can get into your phone then and get all your information and shit. There's some software they're using. So don't call them back, Jimmy. Block the numbers.
You know what people?
A friend of mine told me they sell your number. So what they do is they'll call, and if you don't answer, nothing happens. But if you answer, they know it's a live number. That's why if you call them back, they don't answer, and then they can actually sell your phone number.
Yeah, and there's another one too where my mum got scammed. She had to fight for fucking 4 months not to pay the bill. Someone, like a number came in from France, and my mum's thinking, I don't really know anyone, but being my mum being older, she answered it. And then they hung up, so she hung up. But for some reason, they can keep the line open. So she got billed like $500 for this long-distance call to France that went for like 4 hours. But on her phone, it shows that she hung up straight away. But on the bill, it came back $500. But this Telstra company here, she had to fight for 4 months to prove she wasn't fucking talking to somebody in fucking France. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Or the scammers are coming out now. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's amazing.
They'll ask you for your Google. They're gonna say, "I'll send you a code." This is the thing I get on text. They say, "Hey, do you have this snake for sale still?" Yeah, I'm gonna send you a code, and just click on the link and verify the code, so I know you're real. Okay. Yeah. All right, great. I'm gonna sign into my Google account so you can steal my password. Yeah, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you sent them a code, Dave, or they sent
you a
code?
They're like, I'm gonna send you a link. Just click on it so I know you're a real person. To verify it. But what they're trying to do is get into your Google account, so.
Yeah, don't click any links, Jimmy. Don't click on any links that you don't know. Or what I do is now, because sometimes I'm the same, because sometimes now here in Australia, they use mobile numbers. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it's a friend who's got a new number. Then I'm thinking, nah, he'll either text me or leave a message. Right. If they don't leave a message or text me and I don't know the number, I just block them now. So.
Right.